Welcome back, everybody. There is good news for killer whales. SeaWorld has announced its famous killer whale show out at San Diego Park will be phased out by the end of next year. A new Orca experience will replace the attraction, which has been at the center of allegations of animal cruelty for years. Paul Vercammon has more.
The CEO of SeaWorld came out in an investors conference today and said that the Orca show, as we know it now, that live show, will be phased out in 2016. He said they were listening not to activists, but to guests. And the guests had said they wanted the orcas in a much more natural environment, that they didn't like the idea of the orcas doing things that look like trained tricks. They wanted to see them do things that seemed like it was much more in the wild. So in 2017, the new show is supposed to be in a more natural environment, heavy on information and conservation. Perhaps the single biggest critic on Capitol Hill of SeaWorld is Adam Schiff. The congressman said today that he is somewhat skeptical of this decision by SeaWorld. Let's take a listen.
Well, I'm skeptical. I guess we'll see how far SeaWorld is really willing to go, but I think it's a positive step. It's still not going to be adequate if they're going to maintain these orcas in captivity. I would love to see them partner with others in the creation of ocean sanctuaries for those that are currently in captivity and put an end to the program generally.
Schiff has introduced legislation that would prohibit breeding the orcas in captivity or capturing them for these types of orca shows. Now, one note, the CEO of SeaWorld did say that this is not an across-the-universe move in terms of this new show. That means it would not translate to similar parks in Orlando and San Antonio. Now, after the documentary Blackfish, huge backlash against SeaWorld, but we also saw something else firsthand. Whale watching, especially here in Southern California. It was way up this year. It was a banner year, and orcas were far enough south that on some trips, people did see them. The captain of one ship telling us that you could hear children screaming and saying, they're free, they're free, they were out in the wild. We also noticed firsthand that type of excitement. So whale watching way up after Blackfish. Back to you now.